soon. They're over 10 minutes to go. That's a podium in front of us. Hi folks, welcome along to part 2 of Let's Drive Assetto Corsa Competizione Career mode, and this is going to be our first race in the Honda NSX at Circuit Zolder. First race sprint weekend. If you want to find out how we got on in part 1, which was the assessment day, the car selection, a little bit of introduction to the cockpit, the steering wheel, what I'm kind of doing in these series of videos, then check it out. I'll put a link up in the corner of the video. I'll probably put it in the description as well, and it'll be at the end of the vid as well. But yeah, in the meantime, let's buckle in and have a look at what we're going to get up to this race weekend. So here we are in the menus. As you can see, next up, 7th 8th April 2018, the Zolder sprint race weekend. Just a reminder, driving assists are all manual. Realism, we've got set as real as possible. I'm even doing the full formation lap, so no stone left unturned. The difficulty's up at full max realism. So yeah, let's click on start event. Again, I'm new to this, so let's go and see what happens when we start an event. Here we are at Zolder then. Looks like a nice sunny day. Free practice. So we get a professionalism bonus if we complete all sessions without skipping, which I plan to do anyway, so that should be an easy bonus to get. Yeah, first time we've been in the pits here with the whole field, so let's find out what happens, shall we? Free practice 1. So I really in this session probably just getting used to the car and yeah, maybe try and start playing with setup a little bit. But yeah, again, I don't really follow GT racing that closely in real life, so yeah, not entirely sure what they do in the practice sessions other than just kind of bed into the car, and the same thing you should probably do in an F1 session. But again, obviously there's 2 races, 2 qualifying sessions. I presume qualifying 1 sets the grid for race 1 and qualifying 2 sets the grid for race 2, but we'll find out, shall we? Have a look back at the screen because it's updated slightly here. So here we go, there's the circuit map, Circuit Zolder in the Netherlands. Netherlands? No, it's not, it's in Belgium, Jordan. Don't be silly. And yeah, so we are here. You can see that up in the top right. Friday, free practice, 9 AM. We've got a 15-minute practice. Well, that's not long. A 15-minute practice session, so not much time to get bedded in. And then we've got a 15-minute qualifying tomorrow and Saturday at 9 AM. Then we've got another qualifying on Saturday at 9:20 AM. And then we've got 2 races on Sunday, 1 at 9 AM and 1 at 3 PM. Both an hour long each. I presume there's pit stops and things. I'm really have to read up on the rules on this before I get too far in. Circuit conditions up the top here for track here. For practice, sorry, I've got a fast circuit. 26-degree temperature in the air, 27-degree track, and there's no wind, so pretty stable conditions. Yeah, I suppose what we could do is oh, my keyboard's going a bit crazy there. Have a look at the setup. But anyway, so I'm not going to actually like film the practice sessions and things because that'll be pretty boring for you guys. Just sit and watch me going through all the practice sessions. So I'm going to get stuck in. I'll probably give you a little summary after qualifying actually, to see how that went, and then we'll get stuck into the proper stuff in the race. So I'll see you on Saturday PM after qualifying. Obviously for you guys it'll just be a couple of minutes. So anyway, see you later. Let's go. So there we go, practice 1 done. Yeah, I thought I'll do a little debrief after each session, just to kind of give you the story of the weekend a bit more. So yeah, that wasn't long. I don't know if that's real or not, how long you get or how little time you get in the car in practice for a sprint weekend, but anyway, as you can see, we ended up P9. If you're wondering why there's 2 names there, obviously in GT racing you have multiple people on your team. Jay Gronkowski is me, and my teammates are Gordon Jaronkowski. Probably see what I did there. And I have a 3rd teammate called, what did I call him again? Nadroj Xwarznorg. Which, if you think about the letters, It's not hard to figure out what I did there either. But anyway, so I did the running in that session, and yeah, I actually got the purple in sector 2, which is unexpected. But yeah, a bit off the pace in sector 1, sector 3. The car, I only did 2 runs, I only had time to do 2 runs, so the car was quite, it was very pointy in the first run, so it stiffened up the front quite a bit, stiffened up the diff a little bit as well to try and calm the rear down on corner entry for run 2, and it was a little bit better, but I only got a few laps in. But that was my fastest laps at the end there on those settings. So yeah, so overall, there I think these colours. Yeah, I think we can cycle through Pro-Am, and Silver. So we're quickest of the Pro-Am guys. I presume that's the black license. What the? I don't know what the white. I just don't know what these mean. Somebody tell me what these mean in the comments if you're watching this. Anyway, yeah, we've got a black background with white numbers, so I'm going to take it that this is my class, and we're quickest of the 4 guys. So let's assume that's a good thing, and we head into qualifying and see how that goes. Oof! There we go. Qualifying 1 done, and fastest. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, to be fair. Bit of a mixed session. Made a mistake early on, spun, so had to come back in, and yeah, made a couple of wee changes, went back out for the last few minutes, and managed to get a lap that was pretty quick. So yeah, how does that compare with, actually, just out of interest? So I did a 32.9 in the first practice, and the only practice. And the fastest was a 32.2, a 32.0 in that session, so yeah. Middle sector was, yeah, all the sector. I mean, it took fuel out, obviously. I was running quite heavy in the first practice, maybe it was just that. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of feels a little bit too quick, but maybe the other drivers will speed up a little bit in quality too. I will find out soon. Well, there we go, qualifying finished, and Gordon Joronkowski in the afternoon, or in the second session, sorry, managed to still be on pole. It was tougher that session though. It was, as you can see, purple in middle sector, but we were losing time in first and third sectors, and the gaps are a lot closer. So yeah, it's shaping up to be a tough one for the race. Although yeah, you can't think of a better start than that. First fastest in both sessions, so presumably. Yeah, presumably we'll be on pole for both races, which would be good. Although I'd say I'm not sure entirely how the qualifying system works, but we will find out as we go along. So next up, we're going to jump into a race, and that's where obviously we get suited up, get the onboard camera or the head cam on, and you guys get to join along for the fun. So the car is very nervous, I have to say, through the 3 sessions I've had so far. An hour's race is going to be interesting, because although we've got that kind of pace in quali, I don't think it's sensible to drive quite that close to the edge for an hour and get the car to the end. So we will see what happens, but yeah, let's get suited up and set for the race. Right folks, here we go then, all set on the grid for race 1. So here's our bonus and medal targets for the race. So to get a gold medal, we need to finish the race on the podium. Silver, we need to finish 6th or better. Bronze, we need to finish in the top 10. We have completed all sessions so far without skipping, so we're on course for the professionalism bonus. Completed at least 2 overtakes. Well, hopefully we'll have the pace to stay at the front. Scored 100% valid laps for hammer time, so yeah, let's stay on the black stuff. I don't anticipate we're going to stay in pole the whole race, but yeah, let's just go for it. As I say, first race, let's try and just be sensible and get to the flag. So here's the details for the race. So it's 9 AM Sunday morning. We've got 1 mandatory pit stop, as you can see at the right hand side here. It has to take place inside the pit window. We have to change tyres and we have to driver swap. I'll probably do the first stint, and then my teammate Gordon will take over for stint 2. There we go, so 1 pit stop, there we go, there's us on pole. Let's have a quick look at the setup. And we'll just load in what we ran. Zolder, try 1 hour race, let's load that. So, Yeah, I'm actually going to tone down the ECU map a little bit to map 3 and put up the traction control a little bit because the car's a little bit nervous in quality trim. So I'll leave the ABS. Try and calm it down a little bit. Yeah, my calculations on fuel, again, I haven't run with anything but the most aggressive fuel map, so I think I need something like 180 litres, but that must be crazy. Especially if I'm running a bit down, but we'll run the first race like this, quite heavy, try and get a baseline for where we are. I think I've used all my tyre sets. We'll start on a new set, and then we'll switch to maybe what's the best set of the rest of them. Probably set 1 for the second stint, and we'll save one final new set for the first stint in the second race. So we'll set a tyre up here, tyre dry. Yeah, use current pressures, and current pressures are fine. Anyway, it's going to be a bit of a learning experience, so stick with us and let's see how we get on. But yeah, that'll do just now, I think. Let's get suited up and jump into the race.
Stay double file.
Right, slight change to the controls. This is now the ignition, because I think in pit stops we need to quickly switch the engine off.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
Now we should have a full warm-up lap here, in which time to, I think, get the tyres heated up. At least I think I set that up.
Green light.
Nope,
Go.
we're off. So much for the whole warm-up lap.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Right, a long race, let's just settle in. Guy in front's got a lot of pace at this stage. It's a messy first lap.
Car on the right.
Still there.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Ah!
Got light damage in the rear. Clear on the right.
Come on.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Who won these races? Where are we? 11th.
definitely feel like this Mercedes is holding us up now. Got good traction though. It's away all of a sudden. Maybe he was doing some fuel saving or something. Let's turn the engine map up a bit, shall we? Let's see, we've got a lot of fuel in the car, so. Oh, running out of track. Ah, no!
Got some light damage on the front of the car.
Oh dear. I'm actually not last, so. Jeez, oh. Let's just see if I can tag onto the back of this lot.
Gaining on the car ahead is number 3. Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far. Fastest lap so far.
This is more like it.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
car's starting to feel much more balanced. So I think the lesson here is don't just fill it up with fuel. Use the aggressive engine map all race. Lighter car is a faster car. And fuel save. Guys are quick in a straight line. Back at me. Oh, come on, Jordan. Jesus. what I can see in the pit MFD. If that looks good. I don't want to change the tyres out 4, do I? I want to change the tyres out 1. Ah! Don't do that when you're in a corner. Wait, did I thought I started in tyres out 4.
Car in front is sector 3.
I started on tyre 4, but obviously not. Maybe I started on tyres out 1 after all that. Well, there's no point changing onto new tyres in this race. We'll just try and get the car at the end without making any more mistakes. Let's go tyres at 2, we're changing driver. How much difference does it make if I don't repair things, I wonder? May as well try and repair the car as well. See what we can make him. See what Gordon can do in the second half. Wait till just over halfway. Extra 15 seconds to change the bodywork. 18 seconds I should say. Repair the bodywork. Worth it?
We are at the halfway mark, still a way to go.
Let's change while they're heading in. Head on for another couple of laps, shall we? A lap or so maybe. Put some good laps in. long as the pace is good and the track is clear, it's any reason to come in, to be fair.
Lastly, nice picking down.
Ah, shit, didn't want to do. Yeah, let's call it, shall we? Let's get in. Yeah. Whew. Well, that was some run. Very adventurous. I think I need to calm down a bit. Hopefully Gordon will do a better job in Stint 2. So after the stop, we'll do the rest externally, I think. As far as what you guys see, that's my stint over. Let's see how Gordon gets on in Stint 2. Sorry for all the accidents, guys. Ah, too far back. Whew. Well, that'll do. Let's get out and let Gordon in, shall we?
Well, there we are. What an eventful race. So yeah, not ideal. I made what, 3 spins in my first stint, which obviously you can't do in these cars in an hour-long race. But the thing was just so difficult to keep on the track. But yeah, ultimately my bad. Second run there, I couldn't save the replay for some weird reason, or I couldn't figure out how to do it. So yeah, I'm just going to summarise how the second half of the race went there without any footage. You can see the replay of my stint in the background there. But yeah, it was consistent. Gordon, or me driving as Gordon in the second stint was, oh, there's me going round again, fantastic. Yeah, the consistent second stint. Have a look at some of the pace seemed to be not too bad, to be fair. I just need to stop making errors. So if it looks at likes of Will Stevens, I think, who won, Van Thornton Stevens. So they were kind of 32, high 32s, mid to low 32s, as fast as a 32.1. Presuming that was before his pit stop or something. Pit stop was here. And then, yeah, 32s, mid to high, a couple of 33s maybe, dipping into them just. I had traffic then. So what do I do? So my first stint, there are my 3 spins there in red. It's 34s, 33s, so we're slow in the first stint. But then when the fuel came off, when it into the second stint, it was not too bad. The 31.7 was the quickest, 32.5, 32.0s, 4, 6s. So in the second half of the race, the car was much better. So what does that tell you? It tells you that we need to not put so much fuel in and try and make the car lighter and do some fuel saving to actually get to the end. But yeah, I think I ended the race with about 10 litres in the tank, so and that was running at least half of the race, if not more, on the full beans engine mode. So yeah, lesson learned, less fuel, more calmness, and less aggressive engine settings. Anyway, I didn't finish last. This guy was a couple of laps down. These guys, I don't know if they had an issue or something. Don't know what the red number means actually. Is that amateur? Yeah, okay, so the AM class. So yeah, at least we didn't finish last, but yeah, we could do much better than that next time. So let's head into the next race and see what we can do better. Pretty much everything, I would say. Right, here we go then. Let's try and salvage something, shall we? From race 2 of the weekend. So we're starting on pole again, I think. Or we should be, because of qualifying. Yep, starting on pole again. So, right, let's try and salvage something, shall we? Same kind of strategy as last time. I've taken a little bit of fuel out of the car. Actually, I'm not going to take quite so much. Oh no, let's let's load the right setup first. Load. La di blah. 1 hour race. So added a little bit of fuel to the, to pressure to the right rear because that was a bit low last time, I noticed. We've taken 10 litres out of the car because, yeah, we're finishing with 10 litres and that was using quite an aggressive engine setting. I used the same pressures for the pit stop we make. I'm also going to soften the back springs to try and stabilise the car a little bit because it was very aggressive late. Yeah. We can't do that during the race. Yeah, it was a bit pointy and I was struggling on traction, so take some wing off maybe. I was a bit slow in the straights. I'll take a little bit of wing off and we'll soften the rear again. Probably shouldn't be doing this kind of thing in the race. But hey ho, let's just save that setup. If it works, then we know we can use it next time. Right, double check everything. Tyres, for tyres at 4 and we want to be going to tyres at 5 in the race. Let's go for it, shall we? Right, let's try and stay calm. Right, so here we go then, rolling start. So it's Gordon in the car for the first stint. So I'll just do some commentating to see how the first stint goes. Now we know we're not going to get a full lap warm up, so slow run to the line and wait for the green. Can we hold on to the lead this time? And they're off. Green flag's waving. It looks like we've got a good start into turn 1. Yep. Held the lead. Oh, the Lambo's all over the back of us though. In the last race, the tyre warm-up was a really big issue right at the start. It looks like we're struggling a little bit again. But, as we discovered, I accidentally left the old tyre set on for the first stint last race. So the new tyres this time might help. The Mercedes is trying to look to get a run, but there's no space there. Down the back straight. Into the first of the chicanes. A little bit of movement in the background there. Oh, that's heavy over the curve. That's going to give the Mercedes a good run at us over the hill. Yep, he's moving to the right. It's easy enough to defend in this section of the track. Track's quite narrow. Oh, there's all kinds of battling going on behind. We've held the lead through the second chicane. It looks like there's been a little bit of shenanigans behind. Just giving us a little bit of a gap. So now it's just about keeping the head, getting to a rhythm. See what kind of pace we have. So we've skipped forward here to lap 10. I think we're just coming out now, and as you can see, we're under a lot of pressure from the Lamborghini behind, who's jumped the Mercedes up to second. Oh, squirming on the exit. That's going to give the Lamborghini the lead, and it's going to give the Merc a run as well. Smallest of mistakes, but we're under a lot of pressure there, and again the Lamborghini looks like it's away, so we just can't seem to live with the guys at this stage of the race, but still holding on to P2. Is the Mercedes going to have a look into the chicane? No, I think we've recovered it. Yeah, looking back from the car now at the Mercedes, two Mercedes now chasing us behind. Oh, that's a bit wide up onto this straight. This is giving a good run into the hairpin, but there's not much room, not much straight for him to get close. Mistakes starting to creep in a little bit, but it's not a complete disaster at this stage of the race. So looking ahead now to the Lambo, he's disappeared a little bit, but perhaps he had a high engine mode on earlier on, because he's not pulled out that much since taking the lead. After initially stretching it, seemed to be quite close. I say close, but obviously, relatively speaking, he stopped pulling away is what I meant to say. And then pegged the gap a little bit. So into the final chicane as we come up on the start 13th lap, and we are starting to pull in the Lamborghini in front. The timing board there shows the order at the moment. We've got the gap down to 1.1 seconds. You can see it's visibly closer than the last time we checked in. Got some very good pace at the moment in the car. Down at 1.0. We're probably about 2 or 3 laps away from the pit window here. Things starting to up a little bit behind, 2.5 seconds back to the Mercedes, the 88 Mercedes behind us. Another 1.8 to the second Merc behind that. And on the dash cam now as we go into lap 14, you can see the gap significantly closer, down to 0.7 of a second, just over 0.7 of a second. Around 2.5 seconds behind, so this phase of the race we seem to have good pace. Very encouraging. Exit the final turn now onto lap 16, I think. Are we going on to? Yeah, lap 16 now. Thought it may be 15. No, we're on 16. Still hanging on about a second or so. Pack behind, starting to close in a little bit, so that charge has been blunted a little bit. And the guys I think around are starting to push a little bit more as we close in the pit stops. This could be the lap I think that we're going to call in for the stop. And then I'm going to jump in. Well, I mean, you know, I'm actually driving this, but still. Jordan's going to jump in for the second stint of the race. Let's see what we can do from there. Right, here we come then down towards the pit lane, and this is it. In we go. Maybe I lost a little bit on the entrance there, having to slow for the car in front, but both Mercedes behind pitting as well, so it's going to be a race out with the pits. Right, get the car down to limiter, and I will jump in for my stint. Let's get suited up, get the helmet cam on, and get going. Let's see what we can do.
Mandatory stop is not clear. Come on, let's go.
Come on then. Ah. Right, let's see what we can do. Get that off. Bit of a messy stop, but should be the end of the world hopefully. Full beans on the engine for these few laps.
There's a car leaving the pit lane, watch out. Class leader is pitting now.
Oh, guy leaving the pit lane, he was right next to me. That was for position, I think. important. Yeah, that was on Tour who won the first race.
There's a car leaving the pit lane, watch out. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was a bit of a late decision. That guy hasn't pitted yet though, so.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oops, that was him dubbing into the pits. I don't think we lost any time following him, so that's the main thing. Right, let's get after Manchester ahead.
Car ahead in sector 1. Class leader is pitting now.
Oh, the pace is hot at the moment.
Well done, mate. Go for that. There's a car exiting pit lane.
Oh, there's a car coming out. Ah!
Car on the right.
Oh,
On the
I
right.
think he was still ghosting at that stage coming out the pits. Otherwise, I would have hit him. Sometimes when the AI drivers rejoin, they can be a bit unpredictable, like that. Oh no! Somebody coming? No. Calm down, Jordan.
Did you know it's now closed?
Turn down the engine a bit. I don't think we're going to catch the Merc ahead. And that little mistake there shows that I'm very much on the ragged edge, which is not healthy. P4 once all that shaken out. I lost a couple of places in the pit stop. Just through.
Well done, mate. Purple lap.
Inexperience on my part on how the pit stops work. But not bad. Minutes to go. And 41 litres of fuel. I can't do the math in my head to find out if that is enough or not at the rate I'm burning fuel. I'm going to assume it is. 32.9 they're doing ahead. 32.9 from you as well. Back end getting loose. Try going forward with a brake bias, one click. Back's quite loose on turning. I try second through there, but sorry first, but I need to be in second. Minutes to go. Gap looks like it's coming down. Slowly. Bit messy.
Well done, mate. Good well there.
Just under over 10 minutes to go. That's a podium in front of us. He's earlier on the brakes than me, but he's much better on the throttle. Can't stay with him out of the corners. Just not close enough to do a dive, am I? Nah, I don't think so. And you brakes so early. Four minutes. I've maybe got 3 laps of fuel left. As close as I've been.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Woo! Can you come back at me this way? I don't think so. He's thinking about it. Nah, safe here. Oh, he's dropped well off. Turn down the engine map a bit, see if I can save some fuel. Oh, it's going to be tight. Final lap, that's good, that's very good. One more lap to go. After this one, well.
Leader has finished the race.
Oh, great! Plenty of fuel. Oh, a lap to spare, I think. That's a podium, boys. Haha!
You're on the podium. Excellent job, mate. Well managed all the way through.
Thank you, guys. Oh, that was tough. Woohoo! Well, there we go then. Whew. That was a tough one. P3 at the end. That's not bad at all. Super little run there to the end. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. It was great fun in the car. Yeah, I can't find an option there to save the replay, but you know, at least we got the replay from the first half. With the first stint. What a race! I am knackered after that one. Right. Let's continue. I've never been anywhere near this in the career mode before, so. Oh, there we go, replay. That's the second half of the race, of course, is it? So let's have a. When did we get a fry? There, we're in front of him. So let's have a watch of this from the replay cameras. The overtake. There he is, up the inside. And that was the move that got us to the podium. And I think the Mercedes kind of gave up the fight after a few corners, so he dropped right back, which is good because it allowed me to drop right back in fuel as well. He thought about coming back at me there, didn't he? That's why I left him some space. And yeah, kept it on the track this time, unlike race 1, and brought home a podium. So really, really happy with our first weekend overall. First race was a bit of a learning experience, but you know, these things happen. Whew. So what happens if we just click continue career? Let's see, yeah? Yeah, why not? Let's continue to the next event. Ooh, Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch performance test. Oh, hold on a second. What's this? This is new. In light rain, the team needs to test the car before your next race in Brands Hatch. Prepare your luggage and fly to the UK. Test Stint. Ah, cool. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll cover that in the next video, guys. And girls, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that epic first weekend, and I'll see you in part 3 for what looks like a performance test at Brands Hatch, and then probably the race followed on from that. See you later.